I was genuinely shocked at how many fans I have, like how many Chinese fans I have straight up in mainland China. Because there are mad people that would show up when we were live streaming. There was even one that said I pulled him out of the alt-right pipeline. I was thinking to myself, like,
in China?
Yes. And I was like, oh, so you must have gone to college in America or something. He's like, no, born and raised Chinese. I was like, God damn, you got to fix the goddamn firewall, brother. There's an alt-right pipeline in China that's unacceptable.
Yeah, man, that is a pretty big hole in the fence.
Yeah, that's crazy.
Nice to meet you.
Big fan.
Big
I've
fan
watched
of
it
me.
since COVID, and thank you for coming out of the all-right pipeline.
Bro, they got the all-right pipeline out here? Or
Yeah,
you live out here, or you?
Yeah, born and raised.
That's crazy.
Holy.
Dude, American brain rot is so severe. That's insane.
Yeah.
Here. I'm gonna be honest. No more VPNs. They need to cut it out. No,
You need to cut off internet access to
yeah,
America?
they need to cut off internet.
Put the
access to
firewall
America.
up.
Nope, put it up. Put it up. That's crazy. I mean, it's cool that like a lot of people, you know, get to watch me, but that is crazy.
You know, maybe don't fix it if you're actually the one that pulled him out. I'm just saying.
Yeah, but it's for, you know, he pulled the one
It's
guy
for the
out.
safety. It's for the safety of all Chinese. Okay, the next generation of Chinese to not have to encounter any American brain rot, in my opinion. Yeah, Top G needs to fix this. Okay, 1.4 billion people. But yeah, the China trip was amazing, dude. It was so fucking awesome.
I'm jealous, man.
It was so amazing. It was everything that I. Like it was basically seeing everything that I have talked about in action. Going from mainland China to Hong Kong was like going through a time chamber, basically. Like I time traveled back into the past. That was actually kind of shocking to me because I would assume that like Hong Kong also continued developing, considering that it's like, you know, supposed to be this like Western enclave, right? It's a Western outpost. It was beautiful. Hong Kong was beautiful. It was very cool. It was very nice, but it blew my mind, the difference between like Chengdu and Chongqing. I would also say that like the people in mainland China, super duper welcoming, as opposed to dudes, people in Hong Kong were like very rowdy.
Well, those are like kind of also, I mean, at least like in Hong Kong's case, like separate, like even like prior to like the rise of the Chinese Communist Party or the Civil War, like that was Hong Kong's reputation as kind of like a wild frontier merchant city. But listen, man, I I buy it based on both what you posted and what friends who've been to both places say. I mean, what was when you went to Hong Kong?
Look at this motherfucker. Still saying Tofu Drake buildings are ripe in China, bro. Yeah, dude, totally. I stayed in all the Tofu Drake buildings. Let me tell you, okay? Shit was bomb. What were you saying? Sorry.
Well, the like when you went to Hong Kong, like you just trained it from where did you go from? Because you had to miss Shenzhen, right?
Yeah. The group didn't want to go to Shenzhen, and they were like, we travel too much. So I was like, all right, fine. We'll just go to Hong Kong instead of Shenzhen, and I'll go do a day trip to Shenzhen because Shenzhen is 15 minutes out
Right. It's like
from Hong Kong.
next to it.
Yeah. And I was the only one in the group that wasn't able to get back in. I didn't know the one country, two systems is still in effect. Yeah, Shenzhen is, it was going to be like a day trip, but I didn't realize that you need immigration. Like you technically are leaving mainland China in the eyes of the state if you go to Hong Kong. And they only had a 1 day. They only had a 1 day visa or single entry visa for me. I was the only person in the group that got a single entry visa. So I wasn't even able to go to Shenzhen. And I had all this stuff going on in Shenzhen where I was supposed to get on a flying car, go to one of the factories. And I was not able to do any of that stuff.
Next trip.
Yeah, but it's all good, you know? Yeah, save more for the next trip.
We're putting you in those like convertibles that can also become speedboats.
Yeah, exactly. You probably had to take them to Hong Kong to teach them they don't want to go back. Yeah, I mean it was still
Hong Kong's
fun.
awesome.
Shenzhen, yeah, people say is boring anyway. Like so I get that. Like I get why someone who hasn't encountered any of that stuff would want to not go there. But it was a long ass trip. Yeah, I'm glad we went to all the cities: Chengdu, Chongqing, Shanghai, Beijing.
Bueno.
The Beijing portion of the broadcast also was like, it was a little bit too boring for the rest of the group, I think. But yeah, we needed to spend more time in Shanghai too. Like we didn't get to spend enough time in Shanghai. Even like non-haters thought that I was doing a paid trip. Like they thought I was doing a sponsored trip by the government or something to China.
I definitely saw some editors from Tablet or something saying stuff to that
wish,
effect.
dude. I wish, brother. Oh my God. I wish I had motion like that. That would be so sick. I couldn't even get back into the country. I had a single entry visa. How the does that work? The government was like a one and done. They were like, yeah, you can come in one time to do a propaganda tour of China. They try to cancel you for going to the TCM clinic. Wait, what? Why? Yeah. Also, how does that work? I thought I was imprisoned by the Chi-Com, you know? Mad people initially, after the flag raising ceremony, everyone was like, oh, he's getting imprisoned. Oh, look at a socialist getting a taste of his medicine. Socialist seeing real socialism in action. Oh, doesn't like it now. To actually, he's getting paid by the government.
Well,
Going from the government arrested you, the government's paying for you.
I mean, that exact arc, not with the Chinese government necessarily, but that exact arc has happened before.
What? Going from being arrested by the government to being a sponsor?
Yeah, and vice versa.
Yeah.
I think that could be that could be a fun arc for you.
Yeah, that's me.
Punished Hasan.
Dude, we'll actually get a 10-year. All of their visas are 10-year tourism visas. If you get, I don't think it's a 10-year though. It's like a 2-year or something. But they have tourism visas. Mine was a single entry for 2 years. So once you enter once, it burns. But I'm gonna get another one when I go back.
I mean, Vietnam would be interesting.
Yeah, I really want to go to Vietnam. Yeah,
I mean, Vietnam is awesome. I love Vietnam, love Cambodia, but I would be really curious to get your impression, like how you would compare the two, because the countries resemble each other in a lot of ways, but there are, from my understanding, like some substantial differences in like how they feel and what the like. I mean, one of the things something that I experienced in Vietnam that was very disorienting for me was going from the center of Ho Chi Minh City to then, villages that looked more or less like how they did 50 years ago.
Yeah.
Obviously there like some differences in terms of like roads or whatever, but life looks a lot similar. And it's just so close to like a kind of like human density, like the distance between the two, like how little it was, just like a few miles.
I think that's how it is with China too, though.
Yeah, that's what I was asking. Like it blew me away.
As soon as you leave the cities, as soon as you leave like the tier 1 cities, when you're on the train and you look outside, you see that at the precipice of the tier 1 cities, you see like a clear-cut difference in modernity. Yeah, I really do want to go to Vietnam. I want to go to Vietnam. I want to go to Singapore. I want to go to Thailand, and I definitely want to go back to China. You've never been, right?
No, I really want to go.
It's fucking sick.
It's definitely number one on my list of places I want to go to.
If you're a Western leftist who's not like immediately anti-China, it's basically proof that you get to see the proof in real time of like the successes of central planning, the success of like competent governance, and how much broader you can spread your money around when you are actually interested in doing public investments.
I mean, the infrastructure stuff just seems like that's one of the things that I like, because it's also not just like China. Like when I was in college, I had a professor who liked to tell a story about how he had a grad student who worked with him who I think was from like Chile.
Mm-hmm.
And one day this grad student came in and was like, I need you to explain something to me. He was, all right, what you need to know? He said, I don't understand transportation. He's like, what do you mean? He's like, I'm from Chile. Like our country, is like free market miracle, whatever reform, but like it's substantially poorer than the United States. And like getting around is not as like fraught or bizarre relative to how wealthy we are as it is for you guys. Like it's a total fucking mess. And this is like obvious. And I think for a lot of people, like European train systems were probably like the positive point of comparison that people would have made, right? But now there's something that's even, like far beyond even that just is like, that is like the future we never got. At least in that, dimension of it in transit. So yes, I would like to see the future. I would like to see the future that was denied us because we needed to have Hummers.
Yeah, you will come back insanely pissed off. Even if you have no positive feelings towards China at all in your heart. Okay? If you go to mainland China, you visit mainland China, you are going to come back so fucking mad. Because it is impossible not to fucking compare. It is impossible not to fucking compare like what America has not done. It just immediately exposes how shitty our government is in comparison.